Good afternoon. How many people in this room have watched TV or gone to see a movie at least once in their life? Now, how many of those people know how movies came to be in the first place? Consolidated to 3 parts, I will explain how several random inventions came together to make the talking pictures that we know today. Those 3 parts include the English needing to make better maps, ivory stocks running low, and an artillery officer teaching ballistic theory to students, all brought together by Thomas Edison. So let's begin at the beginning. England had taken over Scotland, and the English wanted to know what kind of land they had, so maps of the entire United Kingdom were needed. The theodolite, an invention which was normally used to triangulate cannons and survey land, became useless over the large distance. Enter William Drummond, who invented the limelight. The limelight was 3 tubes filled with alcohol, hydrogen, and oxygen that came together and sprayed on a piece of limestone until it ignited. The limestone was backed by a curved reflector, and as the flames of the limestone got hotter, the light reflected incandescent. Surveyors were thusly able to see the light for miles, and were able to map from England to Ireland. The limelight was an incredible invention, but according to Encyclopedia Britannica, the greatest disadvantage of the limelight was that each light required the almost constant attention of an individual operator who had to keep adjusting the block of calcium oxide as it burned, and tend to 2 cylinders of gas that fueled it. Electric lighting in general and the electric arc spotlight replaced the limelight in the late 19th century. The second part of the story came from the overhunting of elephants and therefore the scarcity of ivory. As a result of this, billiard balls also became scarce because they were made from ivory, and a reward for creating a new type of billiard ball was sent out. John Wesley Hyatt came in with his new ball, made from an outer shell of an explosive material of gun cotton, camphor, and alcohol. Unfortunately, because of the explosive nature of these new billiard balls, they didn't stay around for very long. The third part of the story was an artillery officer teaching ballistic theory to students. He put up successive slides showing pictures of cannonballs being shot from a cannon to create the image of a cannonball being shot. A magician named Ludwig de Blur took the projector for tricks and made it famous across Europe and America. In America, a man by the name of Edward Muybridge, a photographer, had a bet with the governor of California. The governor said that the feet of a horse never all left the ground when the horse was galloping. To prove him wrong, Muybridge set up a series of cameras that would go off one after another taking pictures of the horse as it galloped past. He used the projector from the artillery officer to show the pictures in rapid succession. The Photography Hall of Fame said that Edward Muybridge is an important figure in history because he was the bridge between still photography and recorded movement. Muybridge's photographs of the galloping horse foreshadowed the recorded image of a man walking on the moon. Now, how did all 3 of these things come together? Thomas Edison, living in New Jersey in 1879, used the idea of the arc light from the limelight to create the light bulb. A man by the name of Hannibal Goodman turned the outer layer of Hyatt's explosive billiard balls into sheets and put them into a camera, making celluloid. Muybridge and Edison were good friends, and Muybridge showed Edison the moving horse pictures. Edison put the pictures onto the celluloid, and holes were created on the edge of the celluloid, stuck in spinning wheels with teeth so that the film would move along in rapid succession. Edison put everything together in an invention he called the kinetoscope. The Library of Congress describes this as a prototype that was brought to the Convention of National Federation of Women's Clubs in 1891. The device was both a camera and a peephole viewer, and the film used was only 18 millimeters wide. Now, we had the film, but we had no sound with it. Edison became familiar with a machine called a repeating telegraph. The clicks of the telegraph indented a small spinning paper disc. When the paper disc was flipped over, the indents became bumps and played back the original message. Edison used this idea for his sound in movies. There is a metal called selenium that gives off electricity if you shine a light at it. More light equals more electricity. Edison designed a way for a light to flicker in response to a human voice, and then exposed a strip on the side of the celluloid to that flicker, creating light and dark patches down the side. When the film was played, the light shone through the strip onto the selenium, and sound was projected into a speaker, creating a talking movie. So now we have the 3 parts that came together, the marriage of 3 seemingly random and unconnected inventions. The war and landscape in England, scarcity of billiard balls, and a rudimentary projector with an artillery officer, and of course, Thomas Edison to bring it all together. Now that we know how this is all made, the next time you go out to see a movie or are watching TV in your own home, think about everything that had to happen to make your movie-going experience so easy and so pleasurable. Thank you.